Welcome to paulkellyvet.com. My name is Paul Kelly and I want to introduce you to the first of my series of small videos on pet care. The first topic I'm going to talk about is obesity in pets. Now, obesity, as you know, is a big problem in the human population, and it's just as big nearly in the animal population, and it can lead to a lot of conditions. Diabetes, it can, heart conditions, it can lead to an awful lot, and I won't go into those. Arthritis, I won't go into those today. But starting from a pup, when you get your pup, it really is important to start off feeding your dog the proper way. If you keep giving him tidbits, it's more likely to increase the likelihood of him becoming obese. It just starts a trend, and it's an obese pet, an obese puppy or kitten is more than likely going to be obese in later on in life. There are plenty of recommended diets, and I'm not going to go into the various brands and all that. They're well balanced. It's not like the old days now, and they really are first class. Obviously, you'll pay more for the really good ones than you will for some of the not so good. But some of the brands have a lot of filler, and consequently, you'll have a lot of feces coming out as well. Snacks. Giving your dog snacks is grand, but it must be part of the overall calorie intake for the day. In other words, if say you're feeding a dog a particular brand and it says feed 500 grams for a 25 kilo dog or whatever weight they suggest, well then don't be giving him extra, because one biscuit, we'd say, giving one biscuit to a Jack Russell or even a Cavalier King Charles or a smallish dog, that's like somebody like me eating 7 or 8 biscuits, and I wouldn't be long putting on a lot of weight at that rate. So that's important. Stay away from those sort of treats, because there's plenty of sugar and all that. If you want to give them treats, take out a portion of that 500 grams per se and put it aside, and that can be used as a treat. It's the same food as he's getting in his dinner. Also, it's a good idea for pups. You'd want to feed them about 4 times a day up until they're about 6 months of age, and then 3 times a day till they're a year, down to twice a day after that. Now, some people say feed them once a day after they're a year and a half, but I find give them a little bit, even if it's 25% of their total intake in the morning. Just it's a bit of diversion. I mean, eating one meal a day, it wouldn't be much fun. So do that. Obviously, exercise is a big deal, and obviously, the more exercise a dog gets, well, he can eat pretty much what he wants then. But it's important to stick to the diet and stick to what the bag says. I know sometimes it doesn't look like an awful lot, but it is exactly what they need. And sometimes, as I say, you might think you're doing the dog a favor by giving him more when you're actually not. And of course, like us all, they'll take more if you give them. Just in relation to the exercise I was talking about earlier, there's 2 benefits to exercise. One, obviously, is the physical health and the weight reduction, which benefits everything. I mean, if you've got a dog that has sore joints, decrease in weight is going to have a huge implication. So it'd be great. But also, if it's slashing rain or you haven't the time or something happens and you can't get out for your usual whatever half hour, an hour's walk, bring the dog out for 5 or 10 minutes even if it's just putting on the lead and walking up the road. It makes a huge difference to their head. Mentally they're that much happier, and they feel satisfied, and they're happy to go home then and relax. And so behavioural issues, one with overweight and lack of exercise, behaviour can be a problem, various behaviours that you'll find, because they're getting a bit frustrated in that, and they just need to get out and about. So I hope that's been of help. It's just a few points I just wanted to mention on obesity, and in fact, if you have any questions or queries, just phone me on 087 273 9802 or visit my website at www.paulkellyvet.com. Thank you.